Carrie was released on November 3rd, 1976, and I think all of you already know what this movie is. So I won't go too much in depth into it because I already made a video on it. But all I can say is this: everybody except for the main character deserved to die. No questions about it. No, exceptions. Everybody deserved to die. Carrie was a depressed girl with an overly religious mother, and everybody beating the living hell out of her after she had her puberty. Can I even scarcely say that everybody plays their acts very well? Carrie White, I mean, let's face it, she's a girl who's just trying to get used to school, get used to a new life. I was rooting for her, and I still was. And when she finally let out that big rage at the end, I said it before. Everybody deserved to die in it. Everybody in the prom, the teachers, the people who put that pig's blood all over her, and the mother. You think I'm exaggerating? But no! Look at what they did to her! They pushed her limits. And let's face it, she's a freaking... She has telekinesis, for crying out loud. How come you people couldn't understand that? You have it in the fucking library. That's the one thing I love about half of these characters. They're all stupid. And the main reason why I love this movie and why I hate every character is because I feel Carrie's pain. Carrie has been... How can I even put this? I have stated it. Over-religious mother, bad teachers and students in the school. I said it before. Everybody except for Carrie deserves it. They deserved everything what was coming to them. I don't give a damn about them. They pushed her. They drove her to do these types of things. And it's crazy, too, because I can't tell how she got the telekinesis from. I don't know why a library would even talk about telekinesis, but they did it. It even shows the rough times of the 70s, and again, there were some scenes I had to cut out, like the nudity scenes, but those were scenes that I had to because of YouTube's terms of services. But the blood is fine, the kills were fine, everything was fine on that one. But I'm still serious when I say this, that it is got to be one of the most depressing movies I've ever watched. And it's because, well, Carrie is, how can I put this? Carrie was a very depressed girl in high school. And as somebody who's been through high school, I almost feel the exact same pain as her. I mean, not knowing her surroundings, not being wanted, I feel it. For me, I don't mind it that much, but back then, in the 70s, I felt bad for her. And she was so happy in the prom, too. Then, sooner or later, this happened, like the pig's blood happened, and then she starts killing people. And I was still rooting for her because look what they did to her. Look what they fucking did to her. And let's be honest here, like, this horror movie came out after Halloween, November 3rd of the 70s. The actor who played, I forgot her name, Christina, I think, was the name of the character. That blonde woman that hates Carrie so much, and hates the coach as well, that she sabotaged the entire prom just to punish Carrie. That bitch, I'm not even kidding, is one of the bitches I want to slap so hard that she would have to put pounds of fucking makeup on just to look beautiful again. And the mother, oh my god, the mother, oh my god, the fucking mother. Oh my god. I never seen him. Like, whoever's made this movie had the balls. I'll give them that. They had balls, but I hate the mother. They did a pretty good job of it. The actress did a pretty good job of being like an over religious mother who basically was blind to her reality by reading uh, the old pages of the gospel about a woman being sinned. But even I think that part is outdated. A very long time ago. Um, but I also hadn't been in church in a while. But point I'm trying to say is that she was so over religious. She cared less about she cared more about her damn religion than she did caring about her own child and the life around her. I mean, she was way sick in her head, and Carrie was just the only innocent person, like I said, would have a normal life. I mean, she was fitting in so well, and I was rooting for her with the prom stuff. Then when I looked, the bucket fell right on her, splash, the blood everywhere. I'm like, oh my god, you have got to be kidding me. And it pushed her. It pushed her. It pushed her. It's almost like she wasn't even human anymore. She did these despicable acts that could cause her to either get executed or have a life sentence. But the kicker is, I think all these teachers, kids, anybody out there, they deserve to go to jail or get through the death penalty. Carrie should be praised. She didn't deserve this type of torment. And then the ending, when she died with her own mother in her hands, I felt bad too. Of course it's a dream, but that dream I still couldn't understand with Carrie. Like, does the dream signify that she's coming back? Does the dream signify that maybe one of the other characters that came out of the prom unscathed is going to be the new Carrie? I have no clue. There was never, like, in my eyes, I hadn't seen it really that much, but from the original series, the original movie, there hasn't been a sequel. Like Beetlejuice, there was no sequel on what happened to these characters. We all know that the characters from the prom, the teachers and everything, including that bitch-ass whore and his boyfriend, both died in the car crash, and the others died in the fire in the school, and Carrie died in the own house when it was collapsed. But that was it. Like, we don't know whatever happened to the other characters. All I saw in the ending was that they were packing up and they just moved. So that means maybe they were thinking of a sequel, or they were just saying, you know, that's the end of it. Because I don't think there was no end to this type of, like, craziness that I've seen. And like I said again, stupidity right here, guys. Every character is stupid. I don't even understand it. The hot chick that everybody wants, she is the most stupidest person because she's so desperate. She is so desperate. She does all this to Carrie, all because she didn't get a chance to go to the prom and making fun of her own puberty. I'm like, girl, you seriously need a fucking therapist. The mother needs like psychiatric treatment badly. She needs to be on medication. That's what she needs, not the Bible. I just can't understand it. Carrie is just gotta be one of my most favorite movies of all time. Because if not, it's gotta be one of them. It's gotta be the movie that makes me cry more times than ever. I've watched The Snowman. I've watched The Monster Squad. And this is the movie that really makes me cry. This movie makes me cry a lot. It doesn't make me like cry like Tobey Maguire's cries like in Spider-Man. No. It makes me teary-eyed because I'm so pissed off of everybody doing this to Carrie. And let's face it, I've been made fun of. It's not easy having a disability, but yet somehow the disability makes me a little bit more smarter than the people in the White House and dick-faced president. And I'm not taking that back. It makes me more smarter than them. Let's think about that. But Carrie, let's just face it, is one of the most creepiest horror movies I've ever seen, and probably, in everybody's eyes, one of, if not the best, Stephen King related books that has been adapted to a movie. I've never seen the book, but I have seen this movie twice. If you hadn't seen my thoughts on Carrie video, I highly recommend you take a good look at it. I've watched it last year before my HorrorVision became, well known today. So, here we go. I'm going to go cross off Carrie on the list. First I got to... Where the hell am I going to... I don't want to push this door. The Vault of Horror has aged poorly over the years. I'll just do it over here. Cross that off. There. That's it for Carrie. Carrie is done. As you could see, it's crossed off. I still feel bad for that girl. But coming up next, as you can see, and we only got 14 episodes left of HorrorVision, and today we're going to be looking at a guy, well, an entity of some sort, that lives in the woods, has 8 pages you have to get, and has become probably one of the best creepypastas, but also one of the best well-known monsters in video game history.